This is your daily market review for Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, your daily market review. Wednesday, April 9th, 2025. Hopefully you're doing amazing. Want to start off this recap with a little gratitude. Again, I appreciate everybody. Appreciate love, support, generous donations, the folks who do the work, who hang out, who are knowing what's going on because they're actually following the channel. They're looking at the repeating patterns. They're watching the whole video and recognizing that there are repeating tendencies with how the VIX structure works, fear and greed index, the market, the repeating patterns with volume, just everything. Again, it's a day of gratitude because, again, I don't think this happens and you really understand this stuff until you've lived it. So if you're taking a couple minutes to listen to this, do yourself a favor, get out a journal, get some gratitude, and remember what it's like. Because this is typically happens, whether it doesn't matter who's in charge. When the markets act in certain ways, the risk reward becomes so overwhelming in one direction that, again, you just don't know when it's going to happen. But when it does, kaboom, you know how to act. So again, I appreciate everybody. Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. If you did buy the markets, you bought materials, you bought mid caps, you bought certain tech names, you bought whatever you really bought. It did pretty well today, hopefully. But again, are we out of the woods yet? We'll talk about it. This is where, again, check out the whole recap. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment below, heart, like, share with your friends. I appreciate all the love. So let's get into it. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room, link description below. If you would like to chat, use the Calendly link. Let's see what we can do. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate and you don't reach out, oh my God, let me help you find a great agent in your area. The best. That's what I do, is try to find the best agents for friends, referrals, so that you win in the markets. You win when you're doing your real estate transactions. Also follow, like, subscribe on the Twitter, posting trades and ideas, thoughts. Again, also notification bell if you're on a certain platform. We want to know when these videos, when these insights, when the trades, when things are posted. Do yourself a favor and subscribe. And if you'd like to donate on YouTube, thanks button. Again, I appreciate all love, support, generous donations. And here we go. Are you selling the lows again? Posted this, was it yesterday morning, April 7th? What's today? The 9th? Okay, Monday. Talked about this. A lot of good stuff. Anyway, posting, turn profits into properties and passive income. Talked about the fear and greed index getting to 3. I've never seen 3. I can't remember last time I saw 3. Now we're back at 22. Congrats again. Congrats to everybody again. It makes me proud, happy, excited, thankful for all you guys and what you guys do. And again, whether you're listening, friendly, friends, whatever, I appreciate it. All right, so we know going into the May meeting, May 7th, not much expected. After today's action with the tariffs, nope. With rates, bonds, yields spiking, nope. Keeping on it. Bitcoin, why is it not refreshing? Again, I'm not a fan of it. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I know it was probably up today, as it should be. Everything was up. But it feels like it's doing what it typically does after it has a big up move and it consolidates. We talked about it. Probably watching these mid to low 70,000s. Cool if it bounces. Again, I think this is a big trading range. I personally am not touching Bitcoin with a 10-foot pole. Whether you believe it's going to a million or not, I really don't care. I'd be watching what happens at 93,000 because we've seen this pattern before where it plays out the chop. And at some point, I think you're going to get down to these levels. This is where it broke out from. All moves end and start from where they begin. I know that's weird to say, but that's typically how they happen. When you pull back, you typically pull back to where moves start. You see that a lot in a lot of these trades. So oil, a lot of people, again, I mean, I hate it that I see some of the same people who were like, oh, oil's going to 35 or 40. No, it didn't. And today's action should give you pause to think that it is. So near term, oversold due to bounce. This is why we talk about the straight line moves. Straight line moves, you have to be wary of. I hate to yell, but it's the same thing on the up, even at the lows. You got to be careful on at the lows. Does this make sense? So again, how far oil is going to go, we'll talk about it. But I wouldn't be surprised if we bounce and hold in the mid 60s. Natural gas, same thing. Love to see it in the 1 and 2s, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Just keeping an eye on it. So dollar, as we've talked about, and this is where it's one of those things where people are like, the world's ending. I'm like, if the world's ending, why are they buying the dollar? It seems like, again, the tariffs, whatever they're doing and implementing, money was coming towards the United States. It wasn't leaving it. People were buying the dollar. Like, that's, you got to be aware of that. And so, again, who knows near term, right? No one knows shit. Meaning, like, what's going to happen from day to day with the news. And again, we talked about the bounce coming, absolutely. But it seems like betting on the world is always a bad trade at some point, especially when we talk about VIX 60. I don't know how to say it so many damn times. The VIX 60, it's only happened 5 times in the last 25 years. And it's been a monumental, absolute monster buying opportunity every single effing time. Okay, you're welcome. Talk about this again. This is where you got to repeat these. Go look at the repeating patterns. That's why we do this. VIVIX, same thing, blows out and gives it right back up. SPY, keep an eye on it. Right? People are like, where's it going to? I wouldn't be surprised if we filled the gap from where all this started at 555 real quick. Real quick. Think about all the people who woke up this morning, market's down. They're like, China's, this trade war. We're done. We're toast. Here we go, rallying right back. Trump was saying, whether you like him or not, I don't give a shit. This is about the market. You're saying, I expect us to make new highs soon. If he cuts corporate tax rates at 15%, he tries to get rid of income tax, which I doubt really will happen. But if he gets rid of capital gains taxes, are you kidding? You want to be short this market and short this clown if that's what you think he is? No. This clown's going to be pumping the market, and I don't, whether you like him or not, we got to do what the market's doing. And so I kind of look at this, whether you like him or not, it doesn't matter. The idea that you stay short, dumb. Now, again, we'll see what happens. And even war, this is what people don't remember, like, even war is bullish. If World War III breaks out, think about all the manufacturing, think about what happens. It's bullish. It always has been. Whether we get it or not, we'll see. QQQ filled the gap. Unbelievable. We retested lows from what? How long ago was this? I don't know. 2024. Here we go. Bounce. Next stop, if I had to guess, I would put like the 490s. 200-day. Top of the range. Good luck. Again, if you sold this, Again, what's my favorite sector? Small caps. Now, again, Qs and SPY, they're all going to bounce. We'll just see who ends up leading. But we've talked about small caps have gone nowhere for 5 years. You referenced an old area in the 170s. If all that money's coming back in the United States, you bet your sweet ass this is where I want to be. Now we'll see if it works or not. Will it all go back into megatech like it has for the last 10 years? I'm going to guess no, but I could be wrong. Either way, I don't think small caps are going to do terrible. Have you ever seen the Dow up 3,000 points? And there you go. Congrats. Gold, wow, continues to, seems to be holding up. Again, I don't trust it for the second quarter. We'll see what happens here. Again, personally, I'm not really into the second quarter metals trade. Never have been. It's never really worked well for me. Even today, silver should have been up like $3 or $4. Miners holding up pretty well, considering, right? Let's see what happens up here. Again, I'm not saying that these names can't do well. It's just I don't think they're going to lead like they had the previous quarter. Look at this quarter. 42 of the 58. Time for consolidation. That would be my best guess. AEM, the boss of the sector, holding up pretty well. AG said this looked like shit, but was at a reference point. You're welcome. Around the 5s. Congrats, Newmont. Said needs to get over the 48s. Okay, can it do it? Can you do it? Pass. Same kind of stuff, right? Chopping around. Again, I like these names long term. Love them long term. I don't know if second quarter is going to be the time for them. Again, seasonality, if it's right, it's right. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Won't be the first time. But again, I think there'll be better trades out there. Let's get into tech. Talked about this Taiwan semi. I said, watch what happens down here. Made a higher low today and rallied right back. Again, I'm not going to have a lot on semis. I don't really trust them. I expect it to bounce. That's all. Micron, we talked about these pieces of crap. Getting absolutely been nothing for years. Right? Now what? Again, I imagine low 80s, mid 80s, AMD. I thought this was going to get to like 120s at some point because it is so oversold. In the 100-day, again, is it a one-day event? Probably not. Again, I'm not a fan of semis because, again, I think with global production oversaturated, the pricing for this can only come down. NVIDIA, we talked about the short of 2025. You're welcome. But even then, I'm like, I'm not shorting down here. Nope. No way. No fucking way. No. Let it bounce back. I have an alarm here around 127. If it gets up there, I will probably act. We'll see again. SMCI. This thing has just been all over the place. Intel said you could trade it down here. You're welcome. Again, I don't think there's much of a premium for a buyout, but there's definitely a range. If you bought the lows, congrats. AVGO, we talked about them doing a buyback yesterday or 2 days ago, $10 billion. Now, again, I mean, I know Apple's going to be cutting their usage from these guys. But same thing. I mean, why people, it's the same thing as buying the highs. Like this, you buy the highs, you get penalized, you sell the lows. Does this make sense? I mean, I could show you this over again. SMH said, oh, it's probably oversold due to bounce. There you go. Now we're, I don't know, at least up to the 214s. If I had to guess, though, man, this is a hard one. Like I said, I don't really trust semis, but you are going into earnings. You have NVIDIA earnings in May. I mean, could this play a game where you rally? And again, is it going to rally to all-time highs? I don't really trust that, but I wouldn't be surprised if we hit one of these fibs. 0.618, right when you need it. Thank you. I knew something. There you go. This is where I'd be looking for, somewhere in the 240s. So, again, congratulations. Adobe. Talked about this one, right? It's like something's, this thing's been cooked. Probably due to bounce. You had a 3-day range. Talked about multi-day ranges over the last couple days in the video. You're welcome. Apple. Sorry, texting me. Talked about it, down, back, filling this old gap. You're welcome. Oh, I'm going to stay short. I'm like, man, you got to be like out of your mind. The gap is filled, from which all the starts moves end also come back to their beginnings at some point. There it is. Back to the start of where the move started. You're freaking welcome. Sharks with laser beams. I don't know, wherever. See this? Got it? Cool. Amazon. I mean, all these names. You're welcome. Oversold. Gets the bounce. How high? I mean, this is going to be tough near term. I mean, I think this should get to the 200-day. 200 for the 200-day. Meta, you're fucking welcome. If you bought this Metu, said it was holding up really well. You could have bought Metu at around 20, 21, up to 30. That's a solid little return there, right? That's almost 50%. You're welcome. Now, near term, I mean, does the TikTok stuff come back on with China talking? We'll see. Again, earnings coming up. We'll see. Congrats. Either way, we'll see. Love it. CRM gets blasted. Talked about straight line moves. There you go. Guggenheim said it made sense down here. Had multi-days. Again, you had higher lows. Markets open still. I mean, you had opportunities this morning. Nope. What most people didn't. Goog. All right, near term. I don't know. 160s, 170s. Again, let the market breathe. It's got it. I mean, think about all the people out of position, shorting the lows or just selling. We're going to have to all buy back in because they didn't pay attention to repeating patterns. They just said, well, the market's done. I'm game over. The world's ending. Tariff this. Money. Fuck off. NARA, NDAQ. Again, not trying to be mean. Again, I hate the political. I'm not here to be political. I'm just like, you have to see, like, this happens under Democrats and Republicans. NDAQ, again, I still don't think this will be the future in exchange. Keep an eye on it. MicroStrategy. Here we go. We said watch the range lows. Watch. You're welcome. Congrats. Netflix. I mean, look at this. 1,000 was the shoulder line. We seem to be holding up pretty well. Again, I don't trust them usually in the first quarter. Their first quarter earnings are usually kind of crappy. We'll see what happens. Roblox said the 200-day, worth a watch. You're welcome. Pan W said, I like this stock in the 150s. You're welcome. Again, hopefully there's people crushing it. Love to hear how well you're doing. DM me. Leave a comment below. If you'd like to donate, even if it's $1, it's appreciated. Tip the dealer. You guys are awesome. I'm so happy and thankful for people. Tesla, if you traded around it and you bought TSLA back under, I don't know, basically in the 6s, 7s, hot diggity damn. Look at the volume today. Look at the engulfing bar. Is this a one-day event? Again, I think we're coming into the trend line. I wouldn't be surprised if we get to the 350 area. Again, 4 months ago, the stock was at 480. Is all the bad news priced in? Again, whether you believe in it or not, it's where all moves start, they come back to the beginning. Again, Here you go. You're welcome. At some point, everything must end, and sometimes it comes back to the beginning. Maybe that's the best way to say it. That's a fucking gift. I'm talking about it. Let's get into it. Palantir. Right? Said watch. I mean, look at that blowout, bull trap, bear trap, and Insight. Again, I think this gets a bought out. This gets a bought out. Talked about this. Whatever. Hims. Even crappy old Hims holding the 200-day bounce. Baba. Makes sense here at 100, 200-day. You're welcome. If you hit the 200, man, perfect. Again, I don't know if China's going to lead up until, but they could be the catch-up trade. That's what I was just saying to, what was I going to say? Saying to Coop in the Discord room. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a catch-up trade on it. Meaning, like, if the U.S. leads and then China negotiates something, this one could bounce. McDonald's. Da-da-da-da-da. Seems to be chopping around. Starbucks talked about this one. Wanted to short 118. Said, you can't short down here now. Yeah, up 18 points. Or, no, 9 points today. You're welcome. Airbnb. Another one oversold. Bouncing. Coinbase. Multi-day range. Bouncing. Again, I don't trust Coinbase. DKNG, I don't really trust either. But, again, oversold. Bouncing. Costco. Talked about this one. Seems to be holding. Look at this, man. FedEx said watch this yesterday. Was like, man, something's off down here. Nice bounce. XLF said, yeah, do I really want to be short going into bank earnings? Nope. Look at the XLF, y'all. 200-day. Hood, if you've been trading this, look at this. 200-day. JP Morgan. Earnings coming up in 2 days. We'll see what happens here. Morgan Stanley, right? I'm going to pause here and give Jamie Dimon credit because he's really good at saying the wrong things at the right time intentionally. Like saying recession's coming or this is going to happen. Like at the highs, he's super like they post bullish stuff. Man, Jamie Dimon, cheers to you. Again, calling out the recession at the lows. Nice work. And then it flips around. Well, the odds grew. Well, Morgan Stanley bouncing. Yeah. See, again, they're probably going to, they absolutely crushing this market, these guys. Bank of America, again, do the opposite. They're called brokers. Brokers. Here, brokers. Trying to make you broker. You do what they say, typically get broker, unless you just follow the markets, which again, then they still make 2 or 3%. But again, if you look at the compounded amount of money, if you pay them to manage your money versus holding the market, it absolutely makes you broker. That's the irony here. Like their managing fees do not make you extra money more than likely. Goldman Sachs, bounce, carry. Talked about it, looked like it was due to bounce. It was making higher lows. You're fucking welcome. Excuse my language. I shouldn't be swearing. XBI, we talked about this looking oversold due to bounce. I like it down here. Jets, talked about this 17 area. Makes sense. XHB, look at housing. Yeah, you see things that you think might a little more follow through. Look at some of these chemical names. Dow, if you bought this thing in the 20s, mid to low 20s. CE. Look at these names. They are so bound. Up 17% today. Caterpillar. Talked about it. 3-day range. Deer. Not one I wasn't chasing, but interesting. Nice bounce. We'll give it Nucor. Again, we like steel. Look at it. It was making higher lows yesterday. X. We think this is going to get bought out. It seems to be holding up. It's already priced in. IIIN. Here you go. Higher lows. Right? Higher lows. VALE. Look at this. You got a gift from the gods. Started back where the move came right back to where it started. Arrow, if you bought this thing in the 9s. Look at this multi-day range. Gifty. FQVLF said watch this in the 10s. SCCO said watching multi-day ranges. We said this was a gift that these were dumping. Dumping. Moves come right back to where they started. This Freeport McMoran. Same kind of thing. I mean, we talk about the straight line moves in the blow-offs with volume. So you either had retests and ranges or you had blow-offs with volume. Either way, they gave you the same repeating pattern that says bye, 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 bye. URNJ. Seems like it's holding the trend line, multi-day range, lows. Keep an eye on it. CCJ, we talked about the 36s. Man, what a gift. Moves. You're coming right back to where you started. There you go. CF, talked about the ag names. Man, I bought long-dated calls in Dow, SQM, Arrow, URJN, Flex LNG, Gush. People are like, what do you Gush not as long-dated, but man, some of these I bought June, July, August, September, November. Why not? CF, we talked about this one, watching this blow off right to where it started. Morgan Stanley. Hold on one second. Mosaic, not Morgan Stanley, said, what a gift. Multi-day range at the channel lows. SQM was buying this one today. We're like, okay, I don't mind buying this one on the pullback. Comes back to where it is. There you go. Again, this thing was at, what, 100 a year and a half ago? Yeah, 115. I will take it at 32. I will take the discount. You're welcome. NTR. Again, we like ag names, long run. Telling you, gotta love them. Chopping around. AA. Talked about, you got gift. I mean, I was like screaming like, oh my God, AA's back in the low 20s. Get the fudge out of here. Gift from the gods. Kalu. Blowing off, right? NP said this one's been holding up pretty damn well. Probably worth watching. Holding the 100-day. Cliff said this is crazy. Look at this thing getting blasted. Huge volume down here. This thing was at 24 not too long ago. Here you go. Good luck. Oil, let's get into oil and gas names. Again, oil's going to 35. No, it's not. My opinion, again, you've seen the shortages. OPEC cutting. We'll see. UNG, I don't like this product. Said if you wanted to short the KOLD, it's probably up in the upper 20s, low 30s. Didn't get as high as you wanted, but if you were stalking it, you were stalking it. Posted this multiple times. Said, watch the XOP down by 100. If you bought the gush in the 14, 15, 16 range. I'm excited. Again, also feel gratitude. Gratitude for you guys. We're absolutely killing it. MPC, what did we say about the gasoline names last couple days? Chopping, forming lows. You're welcome. Valero. ExxonMobil. This one had been leading up, actually, and came right back down. It's tough because this thing was literally at 120 like 6-7 days ago. Not as exciting. BP. No fucking way. Backtest the trend line. Look at that. Occidental. We talked about, like, got to be, straight line move, blow off. You can't write the script better. Thank you, Donald J. Trump, for doing whatever you had to do to clown the market and the market makers. Again, I could give Biden the same kind of credit if he wanted to, or I'll give, you could give, what's his name? Powell. They've done this. It doesn't matter. The actors, they're all actors. Here you go. Boom. Devin. Talking about you can start buying these things down here. Patchy. Lyondale base. Again, multi-day ranges. CVE. Blow-offs. Multi-day ranges. EQT been holding up really well, actually. Not one, but Flex LNG bought this one today. It's like making higher lows. You bet your ass. I think some part of this all is going to be some sort of natural gas export deal. If that's the case, this motherfucker is going to go. And it's got 11% dividend yield. You bet your damn ass I'm holding it. Man, a lot of swearing today. I apologize. Again, I'm excited, but also thankful for you guys that have been doing it. Again, tune out the noise. I'll end it with this. This is what I said to a friend in the Discord room. The goal is to learn how to trade based on your personality and traits and what is best for you. There's nothing new in the market. It's just repeating patterns. 95% of traders fail. Following the herd will get you killed. Learn to become your own lone wolf. Market teaches you everything you need to know about yourself because it exposes you to all stimulus, emotions, and feelings. This is a game between you and the market and no one else. If you don't learn anything today, this is the most important thing right there. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Leave a comment below if you want to donate. That's always cool. Again, I appreciate all the love, support. You guys have a wonderful evening. And remember, this is more than likely not going to be a one-day event. Think about how many people are out of position selling the lows. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.